In this video, I will be talking about Bitcoin and the Bollinger Bands that currently is indicating a massive market move is about to come here. And I will be discussing on today's video about what are the most important levels, support and resistance to look at, what is of course currently going on with the dollar index, if we reached peak inflation in the market right now, and could we see some more bullishness enter the market in the coming months ahead of ourselves. On top of that, I will be talking about my trades and much more, yeah, make sure to get ready for this video. Last video we smashed it up to 766 likes. Can we once again at least smash it up to 600 likes? That will be absolutely amazing. So smash up the like button right now, and let's jump right away in towards the imminent short term for Bitcoin, where we have been seeing the descending bouldering wedge clearly broke out, and so far it has not reached its price target yet so far. However, it did net level the criteria I told you guys in my Telegram signal group of this very important previous supply zone. You can clearly see previous support right now flipping into resistance, and this was actually pretty likely to expecting after seeing a descending bouldering wedge getting formed. Of course, typical kind of a bullish bias reversal pattern. We broke bullish, and right now we are seeing that continuation getting started towards higher levels. And actually as well, on the 1 hour time frame, we can really start to see a little bit of a small uptrend getting started right here from this moment. So yeah, this is actually looking quite alright here. But more importantly, I want to be still looking at the 4 hourly time frame, because on the 4 hourly time frame we've got this very important upper sloping support line with several touch points, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 touch points, clear amount of touch points, and together with that we are currently still forming a higher low after higher low after higher low on the 4 hourly time frame. So far we are still on an uptrend on the 4 hourly time frame, because we're as well forming these higher highs on the top side. Yes, we are of course forming somewhat of a bear flag right here, and that is why I will be anticipating this chart right now. Like, of course, if we do break below this upper sloping support line, we're probably going to be looking for more downside. And of course, if we do as well confirm a lower low than the previous low in the market, we're definitely going to be looking for lower targets. But as long as that is not happening, I will be not anticipate that so far. So before going further in towards my technical analysis on Bitcoin, let me talk about the DXY, because the DXY, the dollar index, has of course got that inverse correlation with Bitcoin. If the dollar index does decide to go up, Bitcoin goes down, and also the other way around, right? So we have been clearly seeing that the dollar index has been in a clear bull market. However, you can clearly see we are running into somewhat of a resistance range here for the dollar index. And on top of that, on the monthly time frame, we can clearly see that previous resistance once, twice, and this is the third touch so far. So let's see if we could get a rejection from this level right here. Would be actually quite amazing if we can see a rejection from this very crucial level on the market. If that does decide to happen, that could be of course really kickstart a new move for Bitcoin. But really talking about, could this be a top for the dollar index? I think we should be reading this tweet from Gareth Soloway. Gareth Soloway is currently saying, the DXY reversing pop. Things stop out when something very bullish initially causes a pop, then reverses, goes negative, and I do have the same feeling that I do have the dollar into huge resistance, plus this should be peak inflation with oil, copper, nickel, lumber collapsing in the last weeks. Hashtag peak inflation. Because looking at these charts, guys, looking at the oil prices, we saw that this peak over here, and of course the inflation reports that we got yesterday were 9.1%. Why? Is because in June oil was still trading at these highs over here, because this was the top in June we were forming, and we do know CPI reports are lacking reports, and of course if they are really true we don't know, because they're probably getting manipulated. But yeah, we can clearly see in June we were seeing of course the high prices for oil still, and right now here in July we are trading significantly lower. And of course if you are around here as well here in the Netherlands, I can see oil prices have been dropping in the past 30 days. Here in the last month it has been going down 25%, so that should have been having a massive effect on the inflation so far. And yes, I am not necessarily saying it can't go up again, because if it does decide to go up, it means of course that the inflation is probably going to run up again as well here. But so far this is going to be indicating that the inflation report for next month is probably going to be definitely colder than this, and going to be potentially indicate peak inflation is behind us. As well for copper, Look at this copper chart. Copper and all these other resources are becoming so much cheaper, what makes inflation come down significantly right now. Of course, this peak over here in the market over here was June. That was, of course, for the last report. Right now, since of that point, we're also over 25% down here. So we could be definitely anticipating, and also with these other resources, while Gareth Soloway is pointing out right here, all these other resources as well, they are coming down significantly, and that is resulting in probably that peak inflation was in June 2022, and probably that is the reason why Bitcoin is currently reacting so strongly from the inflation reports, because like we do know, Bitcoin initially came down here, but right now it's trading higher than the day of the reports of the inflation. So Bitcoin is really showing a lot of strength right now here, and definitely if we're going to look at the Bollinger Bands on this occasion, we can clearly see, okay, Bollinger Bands still squeezing the price action in here, just like last time around. It is right now suggesting a massive market move is going to be imminent. And if you want to be catching any trades here, because yes, I personally think we are definitely close towards bottoms in this market right now, especially if we are going to be looking at the Pi cycle bottom indicator. We can clearly see the bottom indicator back in 2015, like you can see over here, it flashed at the exact bottom of 2015 bear market. Then in 2018 did the exact same, and it is doing so as well in 2021. And not many people are talking about this, not many people are taking this seriously. But the Pi cycle bottom indicator, if you're not going to be buying right here, of course I'm not saying go all in or whatsoever. I'm not going to give you any financial advice, but what I'm currently doing is still dollar cost averaging more in this market, and I'm also opening trades on this market. And of course, guys, if you are interested in trading, check out BitGet. It's a very US friendly exchange as well. You do not need any KYC. You can trade it in the US. You don't need a VPN. So if you're interested in trading cryptocurrencies, make sure to check out BitGet in the link in the description. It's definitely a very nice exchange to use. I'm currently in a $600 profit, not all too big here, but I am really looking to be opening massive trades on the market right now to potentially catch that swing low in the market, right? And I am okay if my trade goes down here, because I'm going to accumulate another trade, because I want to be catching that bottom in the market. Of course, still, I personally think we're in a larger time frame accumulation zone. Like I can clearly see, we've been trading sideways for the past 31 days here. I can clearly see it on my channel. I can see it on Twitter. I can see it everywhere. Interest is once again going down. People are losing focus. Well, this is the time to be focusing. And like I told you, the Bollinger Bands is also really indicating a large volatility spike is going to be imminent ever so slightly. And considering the fact that all these resources are losing strength, losing power, peak inflation could be here. Yes, the Federal Reserve is going to be probably more hawkish in towards the coming 2 to 3 meetings, but afterwards we could be seeing the Federal Reserve going to be pivoting again here as soon as the inflation does decide to come down here, and that could be having a very positive effects on markets. And of course, markets tend to be front running what the Federal Reserve is going to be doing and what this all the numbers are going to tell us. So make sure that you are on the right side. Of course, time is still on our side, but make sure that you're using, at least I am using, the DCA strategy, and I personally think it's the best one. In terms of resistance to break here, I will be definitely look at these levels right here. On top of that, I will be enabling the EMA ribbon. You can clearly see the EMA ribbon is the level to be breaking. This has been significant resistance in this whole downtrend right here, but more importantly as well, you can see this larger time frame downtrend right here from the all-time high all the way down to here. This is going to be a massive level of resistance where definitely I expect to see some major resistance going to get found here. Of course, there's also a short-term resistance that we are currently looking at. That is also going to be the resistance to be breaking. We could be approaching it in the coming days ahead of ourselves, and it's going to be a crucial level to be breaking above of. And if you're subscribed to the channel right now, don't forget to do so. Smash up the bell notifications as well for daily uploads, for daily updates on the market. But you will be staying notified as soon as we do break it or anything does decide to be happening with this here. But anyways, guys, this was already it for today's update video. The Pi cycle bottom indicator did flash. We discussed it yesterday. I'm not going to go all too much in depth about it every single day, but make sure that you do not lose your focus right now. And maybe in a year or 2 years, we're going to look back at these videos and really regret we have not been buying Bitcoin below 20K, because I personally really think that emotions can play both directions. And of course, if Bitcoin is going up, only up and up and up, we scream for 100K. And of course, I was also way too bullish at some periods in the markets, and that was not smart here. But I definitely believe that emotions work two directions basically. And right now as well, the market is falling and everyone is calling for ridiculous price targets on the lower side, and that is also a thing I should not be looking at. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching towards this amazing new update video on the channel. I truly hope you guys did enjoy it. If you want to learn how to copy trade, check out the video that is currently popping above, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Peace out. Goodbye.